LP on the track.
So as we wrap up this training series, I just wanted to show you guys a shot of the yard. This is a look back at that wet slab. We ended up putting a dryer on it and it still would not dry up. So we ended up going ahead and opening the concrete and digging down. There was no leak underneath. I'm certainly not suggesting this is the sort of thing you do whenever you think there's a leak underneath the slab, but when it happens to you once, you get paranoid and you go to great extremes to try to make sure you don't have it. You can see our kitchen cabinets. We ended up running short on some of the wall cabinets. We ended up buying some from a local supplier, just matching them up the best we could and staining them and just putting those cabinets in. You can see one of our finished kitchens here, minus the refrigerator, minus the appliances. The tile backsplash is here. You see this is some of the electrical wiring for the kitchen area. I hate that I did not wire these buildings for internet. I certainly plan to do that on the next project. You can see this restroom is nearly complete. Again, these are all imported vanities from China. We actually did buy this one locally because we actually ran short on a couple vanities as well. You can see our hallway fixture here. This was purchased just on Amazon. The master bedroom is here. You can see the living room area here with the accent wall. We pretty much use this same paint scheme in all of our properties. The utility closet here with the water heater in place. Another finished restroom. We did finally get the outside units for the air conditioning installed. We installed them all on one end of the building, well, 5 on one end and 5 on the other end. You can also see our electrical boxes have been placed as well. This is a nighttime shot. We ended up getting the exterior lights up and the outside units caged in.
So it's been a little while since I had a chance to update you guys on where we are with Project Casa Bonita here in Memphis. We've completed this 10-unit building. We've actually leased 3 of the units. As far as timetable goes, we're 12 months in. So it took about a year to get all 10 units done and then have 3 of them leased. Pretty soon we'll be putting together some numbers for you guys so that you can kind of see what a real life budget would be for renovation of 10 units like this. I think that'll be helpful, but that's something that we'll put together in another talk. We've had to replace 2 roofs here. Whenever we get leaks, rather than patching those leaks, we just go ahead and replace the roof. The roofs were actually, I don't know, maybe 7 to 9 years old when I purchased the place. And we've had straight line winds and all kinds of things that seem to have damaged the roofs or damaged the shingles and produced a few leaks. And it looks as if the last time these shingles were replaced, the wood was not replaced. So we made sure this time around that we replace any wood that needed to be replaced, just so we can build these properties the best we can with the intention of keeping them for the long haul if we have to. So during that year of renovation, it actually took us probably about 10 and a half months, I guess. The last 6 weeks of the renovation, due to some clerical things with the power company, we had to wait about 6 weeks before we could get our final inspection approved and allow us to actually start moving residents in. So it looks like we got somebody here now. Okay, this looks like Mama. Sir?
I'm blocking you out.
No, you good, you good. How you doing this morning?
All right.
All right, all right. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. So, anyway, Yeah, so it's just it costs you less money in the long run if, rather than fixing those leaks and then having to replace the roof anyway, just go ahead and replace the roof. And if you're gonna do that, make sure you replace the wood underneath the shingles if it needs it. That's just very important, because like I said, you never know how long you're gonna have to hold on to these properties. You know, they're all for sale, but there's nothing wrong with holding them for cash flow. That's really the name of the game, cash flow, you know. I hope you guys can notice the yellow bollards that we have put in place to keep people from driving across our sidewalks. We elected to just go ahead and do that first before we replaced all the sidewalks, because the last thing we wanted to do is put down a bunch of new sidewalk and then have people drive over it, and next thing you know, you got cracked sidewalks. So just that, you know, that's just an important point about having some forethought when you're getting ready to do projects. It just saves you problems in the long run, and you know, it's not always about making up for your own shortcomings. Sometimes you have to do things in a way to keep other people from messing you up. So that's just the reality of dealing with rental property like this. Sometimes in your real estate career, it's important to hit a few singles and doubles. What I mean by that is, think about this. If everybody on a baseball team, every member on the team in the starting lineup could hit either a single or double every time up the bat, that team would win the championship hands down. That is somewhat similar to the approach that we have to take in our real estate careers, especially when you have rental property and you know you're pretty much doing it all out of pocket at this point. One of the, I guess I would probably call it a triple actually. Some of the singles and doubles and maybe triples that we have going on around here is, one, there's a retaining wall that we need to replace. That, I consider that an urgent matter. So that's going to be, actually I would say that's probably more like a triple or inside the park home run if we can get this retaining wall secured. So we need to do that. There's a unit down in Jackson, Mississippi that we need to renovate. We'll be taking a look at that one in another video. Replacing our sidewalks. That's another single or double sort of thing that we can do just to improve the appearance and the value of the property. Resurface the parking lot. So, you know, all those little things that need to be done that are singles and doubles, we'll get to them. We'll get them done when it's our turn to bat. But right now, I would say that we just hit a grand slam by finishing this building. And the reason I call it a grand slam is this. Completing this building has every property, every unit on this property is available for rent now. So by completing this building, we put ourselves in a position to make the most out of this property, to maximize the income potential from this property. From here, again, it's really going to be just some little singles and triples just to add a little value to the property, but the income is to a point, or the ability to earn income has been maximized as far as having units available, which is the core function of a rental property, right? Especially when you're talking about something like apartments. You got to have all of them done so people can rent them in order to maximize your cash flow, maximize your income. So it wouldn't make sense to go and replace all the roofs or do things like that that don't lead toward maximizing your income. You don't want to go resurface the parking lot. You don't want to go doing all these sidewalks. You want to, first of all, get the units complete so that they are available for rent. It's quite likely that when you hit the singles and doubles, the home runs, and even the grand slams in your real estate career, it's not going to be done with a big bang. You know, completing these 10 units is, quite frankly, it's very difficult for me to pinpoint the exact day when that happened. I'm only here 3 days every other week, but despite that, we managed to get these units done, and 3 of the units already rented out with very little time and energy on my part. That's one of the beauties of real estate. Rental income, rental real estate, rental property, residential rental property, apartments. That's one of the best parts about it. Making that money while you sleep, Hey, Bono, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. So from here, we'll go take a look at some of the specific issues that still need to be addressed at this property. And I've got a new toy that I want to show you guys.